Take a slow breath with me. In, out. Right now, in this very moment, you are exactly where you need to be. I want to share something with you today. Something that changed how I see the world. Something that might change how you see it too. It's called Zen. And if you've been feeling scattered, overwhelmed, or like life is moving too fast for you to catch your breath, what I'm about to share might be the stillness you've been searching for. Zen Buddhism is not what most people think it is. It's not about sitting cross-legged on a mountain for years. It's not about giving up everything you love. It's not even about religion, really. Zen is simpler than that. And yet, it holds a depth that can transform an ordinary life into something sacred. In Japan, there's a saying that Zen is not learned. It is lived. You don't become Zen by reading about it. You become Zen by breathing with it, walking with it, drinking tea with it. You become Zen by being fully, completely, unapologetically present. Let me tell you what this means. Imagine you're holding a cup of tea right now. Most of us would hold that cup while thinking about 10 other things. What we need to do later. What someone said yesterday. What we forgot to say. Our hands hold the cup, but our minds are somewhere else entirely. Zen asks a simple question. What if you just drank the tea? What if you felt the warmth spreading through the ceramic into your palms? What if you noticed the steam rising, curling, disappearing into air? What if you tasted not just the tea, but this moment, this breath, this singular experience that will never come again? That's Zen. Not complicated, not mystical, just fully, radiantly here. The world we live in today is so loud. There's noise everywhere, not just sound but mental noise. Notifications, expectations, comparisons. We scroll through other people's lives and forget to live our own. We plan tomorrow and regret yesterday, and meanwhile, today slips through our fingers like water. Zen doesn't try to fix the world. It doesn't promise to make your problems disappear. What Zen offers is something more profound. It teaches you to stop running, to stop chasing, to stop believing that peace is somewhere else, waiting for you to find it. Peace is here. It's always been here. You just haven't noticed it yet. Now let me take you back centuries to understand where this wisdom comes from. Zen Buddhism began as a branch of Buddhism that traveled from India to China, then to Japan, where it found its purest expression. The Japanese word Zen comes from the Chinese Chan, which comes from the Sanskrit dhyana, meaning meditation. But Zen is not just meditation. It's a way of seeing. In Zen temples across Japan, monks wake before dawn. They sit in silence. They sweep gardens. They prepare meals. And in each of these simple acts, they practice the same thing. Complete attention. Nothing fancy. Nothing flashy. Just one thing at a time. Done with total presence. There's a beautiful teaching in Zen that says, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. It sounds almost too simple, doesn't it? But watch yourself today. When you walk, are you actually walking? Or are you lost in thought, your body moving while your mind is miles away? When you eat, do you taste your food? Or are you staring at a screen, shoveling fuel into your mouth without awareness? Zen gently points at this disconnect. It doesn't judge you for it. It simply shows you that there's another way. A way where each moment is complete in itself. Where you don't need to be anywhere else, because here is enough. Let me share something personal. Years ago, I was exactly like most people. I rushed everywhere. I multitasked constantly. I wore my busyness like a badge of honor. And I was miserable. I was successful by society's standards, but inside I felt hollow, empty, like I was watching my own life from behind glass. Then someone introduced me to Zen practice, and at first I resisted. I thought, I don't have time to sit still. I have too much to do. But slowly something shifted. I started with just 5 minutes of sitting, just breathing, And in that space, I discovered something shocking. The world didn't fall apart without my constant doing. In fact, when I returned to my tasks, I did them better, calmer, clearer. This is what Zen teaches. You think you need to do more, be more, achieve more. But Zen whispers, you are already enough. The peace you're seeking isn't at the end of some long journey. It's in this breath, this heartbeat, this moment of being alive. The question is, can you feel it? Can you let yourself be still enough to notice it? Take another breath with me. Notice it. Feel the air enter your body. Feel it sustain you. You don't have to make your heart beat. You don't have to remind your lungs to breathe. Life is happening through you, as you, without your effort. This is a Zen insight. There's an intelligence in existence itself. When you learn to trust it, when you learn to flow with it instead of fighting it, everything becomes easier. Not because your circumstances change, but because you change. Your relationship to life transforms. One of the core practices in Zen is called zazen, which simply means seated meditation. But don't let the word meditation intimidate you. You're not trying to empty your mind. You're not trying to reach some special state. In zazen, you just sit. You watch your thoughts like you'd watch clouds pass across the sky. You don't grab them. You don't push them away. You let them come, and you let them go. And here's the beautiful part. In this practice, you begin to see something crucial. You are not your thoughts. You are the space in which thoughts appear. This realization is freedom. How do you practice zazen? Find a quiet corner. Sit comfortably, either on a cushion or a chair. Keep your spine naturally straight, but not rigid. Rest your hands gently in your lap or on your knees. Soften your gaze downward, or gently close your eyes. Now, bring your attention to your breath. Don't force it or change it. Just notice it. The cool air entering, the warm air leaving. When thoughts arise, and they will, acknowledge them without judgment. Ah, there's a thought about dinner. There's a worry about work. Then, gently, kindly, return to the breath. That's all. That's the entire practice. Simple, but not easy. Because in that simplicity, you meet yourself. The restless you, the anxious you, the peaceful you underneath all the noise. What amazes people about this practice is how it spills into daily life. After you've sat in zazen, even for 10 minutes, something subtle shifts. When someone cuts you off in traffic, instead of immediate rage, there's a pause, a breath, a choice. When stress rises at work, instead of spiraling, you notice it. You observe it. And in that observation, you find you have space to respond instead of react. This is the gift of Zen. Not immunity from life's challenges, but a deeper capacity to meet them with grace. Zen also lives in something the Japanese call wabi-sabi, the art of finding beauty in imperfection. Look around you right now. Notice something worn, something cracked, something imperfect. In Western culture, we're taught to fix it, replace it, hide it. But Zen asks, what if that crack is beautiful? What if that imperfection tells a story? What if the chip in the teacup, the scar on your hand, the weathered fence outside your window? What if all of these are perfect exactly as they are? Not despite their flaws, but because of them. Because they're real. Because they've lived. This teaching extends to yourself. You don't need to be perfect to be worthy. You don't need to have it all figured out. Your struggles, your wounds, your messy humanity, all of it is part of your beauty. Let me tell you a story. There was once a great Zen master who had a prized teacup. It was beautiful, ancient, irreplaceable. One day, a student accidentally knocked it over. It shattered on the stone floor. The student froze, terrified. He began apologizing profusely, expecting anger, punishment. But the master simply looked at the broken pieces and smiled. "How wonderful," he said. "I've been worrying about breaking this cup for years. Now I don't have to worry anymore. It has fulfilled its nature. All things break eventually." The student was stunned. In that moment he understood something profound. The master wasn't attached to the cup. He appreciated its beauty while it lasted, and he let it go when its time came. This is Zen, holding life lightly, loving fully without clinging. This teaching about impermanence is central to Zen. Everything changes. Your body is changing right now. Cells dying, new ones being born. The seasons change. Relationships change. Nothing stays the same. For many people, this is terrifying. We want to hold on. We want guarantees. We want permanence in an impermanent world. But Zen shows us that this resistance to change is the root of our suffering. When you fight against the flow of life, you exhaust yourself. When you accept it, when you dance with it, something miraculous happens. You find peace not despite the changes, but within them. Here's a practice you can try today. Choose one simple daily activity. Washing dishes, brushing your teeth, taking a shower. Whatever you choose, do it with complete attention. If it's washing dishes, feel the water temperature. Notice the sound of water on ceramic. Smell the soap. See the light reflecting off the bubbles. Make this ordinary act a meditation. Don't rush it. Don't think about what's next. Just be completely, utterly present with the task. This is Zen practice, not separate from your life, but woven into it. The monastery is not somewhere else. Your life is the monastery. Your daily routine is the practice. Zen also teaches us about connection. We live in a time where we feel more isolated than ever, despite being more connected than ever before. We have thousands of online friends but feel profoundly alone. Zen reminds us of a deeper truth. Everything is interconnected. The tree outside your window breathes out oxygen that you breathe in. Your breath becomes part of the tree. Where do you end and the world begin? Zen blurs these boundaries. It shows us that separation is an illusion. When you hurt another being, you hurt yourself. When you heal yourself, you heal the world. This isn't abstract philosophy. It's lived reality. When you begin to see this interconnection, compassion arises naturally. Not as a moral obligation, but as a recognition of shared being. Take a moment right now. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. That heart has been beating since before you were born, without your conscious effort. That heart connects you to every human who has ever lived. We all have this beat, this pulse of life. In Zen, there's a practice called metta, or loving kindness. It starts with yourself. Can you offer yourself the same kindness you'd offer a dear friend? Can you speak to yourself with gentleness instead of harsh criticism? Then, extend that kindness outward. To loved ones, to strangers, even to those who have hurt you. This doesn't mean accepting harm. It means recognizing shared humanity. We're all struggling. We're all doing our best with what we know. This recognition softens the heart. Let me address something important. You might be thinking, this all sounds beautiful, but my life is chaotic. I have bills to pay, responsibilities, stress. I don't have time for Zen. And I want to tell you with great gentleness, Zen is not one more thing to add to your already full plate. Zen is the plate. It's how you hold everything else. You don't need to quit your job or move to a monastery. You need to bring awareness to exactly where you are. When you're stressed, can you notice the stress without becoming it? When you're worried, can you observe the worry with curiosity instead of getting swept away by it? This is Zen, not escaping your life, but inhabiting it more fully. There's a Zen saying, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. The tasks don't change. Your relationship to them does. The wood is still chopped, the water is still carried. But now there's presence. There's peace in the doing. You're not waiting for life to begin after you finish your to-do list. You're living right now, in the midst of the tasks. This is the revolution Zen offers. Not a change in circumstances, but a complete shift in consciousness. As we come toward the end of our time together, I want to invite you into something. Close your eyes for a moment, or soften your gaze. Take 3 deep breaths. Let each one be slower than the last. Notice what you hear right now. Notice what you feel. Notice that you're alive. This awareness, this simple noticing, is the beginning of Zen. You don't need to be perfect at it. You don't need to achieve anything. You just need to show up, again and again, to this moment, to this breath, to this precious unrepeatable now. Zen is not a destination. It's not something you'll one day get and be done with. It's a practice, a daily return to presence. Some days will feel easy. Some days your mind will be wild and scattered. That's okay. That's being human. Zen doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for sincerity, for honesty, for a willingness to see yourself clearly, with all your beauty and messiness, and to accept what you find. This acceptance is not resignation. It's the foundation for real change. You can't transform what you can't accept. So first, see yourself. Then, gently, with great patience, you begin to evolve. I hope something in these words has touched you. I hope you feel a little more permission to slow down, to breathe, to be where you are without apology. The world will keep spinning. Your obligations will still be there. But you, at the center of it all, can be still. You can be the quiet eye in the storm. This is the gift Zen offers. Not escape from life, but deep, grounded presence within it. Not someday, but right now. Not somewhere else, but right here. If this message resonated with you, I'd be honored if you'd share it with someone who might need it. Like this video if it brought you even a moment of peace. Subscribe to this channel if you'd like to continue this journey together. We'll explore more teachings, more practices, more ways to bring mindfulness into your everyday life. But more than any of that, I hope you'll practice. Just a few minutes. One mindful cup of tea. One conscious breath. Start small. Be patient with yourself. And watch as your life slowly, beautifully transforms. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this time for yourself. That in itself is a radical act in our busy world. Remember, you don't need to become anyone else. You don't need to achieve some spiritual status. You simply need to come home to yourself, to recognize the peace that's already here, waiting patiently beneath the noise. It's always been there, and it always will be. Until we meet again, may you walk gently. May you breathe deeply. May you find the extraordinary hidden in the ordinary. Today, may you find peace in simply being.